All right, day 2 of some tracking exercises for the song Another One Bites the Dust. I was working on this 2 days ago and then took a little bit of a break. Back at it. If you guys want to support the channel, become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com. That's our website where we sell sheet music, lesson videos, concepts like that. If you're a music teacher, we try to create a bunch of resources for you guys so you can go into lessons with high quality sheet music, which I think is a huge value. Anytime that I've taught lessons and I show the parent kind of like how our sheet music is broken down for a student, they're always like, that makes sense. Seems like they could learn from there. So that's what's on our website. Become a member there. You get sheet music monthly. And breaking down this exercise, I'm just going to pretend that I haven't done this already, because every time I do this kind of like walkthrough from the beginning, I get a better understanding of it. And then I might retract mine that I did the other day at 60. We'll find out. Most likely I will, because I'll play better. So our first exercise of the 3 different exercises to lead up to the drum fill that's right before the chorus, is kick and snare and kick. So oftentimes what I see people have problems with is just going to an open hand there. So step 2, you would start with that kick, or exercise 2 we'll call it. Now it's very easy to do 4 snares in a row, and the big reason that we're doing this left hand here, so our right hand can be leading on those snares. It just feels more natural to most people. Now the 4 snares in a row isn't an issue. It's the fact that we're starting with this 3 E and a 4. 3. Now the nice thing is your last snare is going to line up with the 4th click, right? 1, 2, 3 E and a 4. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4. Some of this in my brain even sounds like gobbledygook, so that's why the video will help explain some of it better than I am doing right now. And then your last step is the last exercise, 3E and a 4E. 3E and a 4E. Cool. So I'll just kind of do a couple recordings right at 60. We'll use that as a little bit of a warm-up for the idea as well. If you guys have any questions as we're chilling on this Saturday, let me know. Probably about drums. I don't know too much about Queen. I don't know a ton about drums. But if you have any, let me know. Is that what I wanted? No, I want this, because it makes it a little bit easier to find the files when I'm done. Oh, it did all of them because I had them all highlighted. Sweet. Okay. So like I said, this first couple will just kind of be warm-ups and getting the idea down more than anything else. But chances are we'll use them. All right, let's go. So that felt pretty good, like it's in time. We'll just do a couple more because completely just warming up and getting the idea down. We'll do one more just for fun. Felt like that whole one was good except for the last measure. So on that one, probably the last 2 measures, but we're going to live with that. All right, exercise number 2. And I can't always go to what I used the day before. So exercise number 2 would be 1, 2, 3 E and a 4. 1, 2. Main thing I need to watch out for is getting that snare. Actually, not even getting that snare on 4. That's pretty easy for me. It's that exercise 3 that For some reason, adding that on the E is enough to screw my timing up. So that's what I need to watch out for more than anything else. But okay, exercise number 2. Let me work through that in my head a minute. So it's 1, 2, 3 E and a 4. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4. 3 E and a 4. So 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a. All right. Let's hear that just on click though. 3 E and a 4. 1, 2. So it's a little bit faster than I was doing. A little slower than that though. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4. 1, 2. So just really watching the tempo on those 16th notes, and then getting back to 1, 2, 3 E and a 3 E and a 4. All right, let's try one. Let's try a couple. I feel all of them are passable, but do a couple more. 3 E and a 4. So where I'm struggling is as soon as I hit 4, my brain just shuts off. So I have to really think through 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E, 3 E and a 4. Oh, that was right. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, and all right, let's do it with the click. 3 E and a 4 E and a. Meh. Again, felt like those were fine. Gonna do more. But I lost my count. One, 2, 3 E and a 4. Same thing. Good, but we'll do another one. So if I had to guess, the one before was probably fine and better than that. We'll see what I end up using. All right, let's delete this because Logic sometimes is a bugger if it doesn't have. Oh, and it looks like I did start the 70 BPM version of this. But anyway, it's good to redo stuff. Sometimes. Sometimes I just spend all my time redoing stuff and then I get nothing done. All right, so the full drum fill would be this. Now, even there, I can hear myself rushing that 16th note. 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E. 1 and 2. So I'm going to have to do that 4 times in a row. I just want to come back with a click for some reason. All right, we'll see how that goes. Let's just do some, we'll do some practice, but we'll just record them because sometimes it's just, you get a good one while you're practicing. You're like, shit, I just wish I was recording. It's a little bit slower than I was just playing it. And 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E. So we're really gonna have to watch that last 16th note. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So as of right now, let me fix this microphone. It's a little bit in my way. As of right now, every single one of those 16th notes is, am I early? Yeah, I'm early. 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E. 1. Just gotta tighten up that rhythm. So let's do somewhere where I'm just playing on the hi-hat to kind of get the idea of that rhythm. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a. So the 16th note is a lot slower than I perceive it as soon as I start putting everything else together. You know, I really didn't have this problem when I was just playing the drum fill before, or just the, I said exercise. Wait, am I doing the wrong one? I might be. Let me look a minute. I think I should be on exercise 2. Oh, dude, I'm totally on the wrong one. So anyway, let's delete this again. Again, this is why we do these live. You know, it gives me something to do, gives me some, that makes way more sense. So that's the beat. All right, way more sense. I don't know if I should have deleted that, but that's okay. So we're really not actually on that beat yet. We're on exercise number 3. I need to make this a little bit bigger someday so I can actually see this. So exercise number 3 is 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E. Same issue is going to present itself, is that 16th note likes to get rushed as soon as I'm putting more things together. So let's see if I can resolve that. better for sure, but the last one was crap. So the middle two probably were fine. 3E and a 4E. 1, 2, 3E and a 4E. I mean, that was the best by far. Didn't click into it, so it's not as usable. Let's do a couple more. So that one actually felt pretty good. Let's do a listen back. A lot of it for me and my timing. It's the more you practice, even if the exercise seems a little redundant and just a little too easy, the more you can practice that kind of stuff, you can zone in on like, oh man, I always rush these 16th notes. I always do that. Well, if you always do it, you can find a natural way to like actively pull that idea down. So it's kind of like knowing your body well enough and knowing your technique, and you're like, oh, well, I can make this adjustment. And that's just practice. I like that click wasn't in time. Let's listen to that first one because it was not in time. What's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4. All those are fine. I might get a hankering if we go to 70 and I'm playing really well. I might go back to those and make them better. But maybe I'll resist and try to avoid doing that. All right, so here's the full beat. So let's put all those pieces together. There's 3 parts to this fill, right? So here's the beat leading into it. Takes up half the measure. Fill kind of starts on 3. You could argue it starts on the E, but you know, that's for the comments and not for me. Let's put this mute back on. So we got 1 and 2 and just really, and all I need to, no, not all I need to work on. What I need to work on as a drummer and musician overall is just not rushing into a fill or just like, hey, I got 16th notes, these need to go faster. It's like, no, they need to fit in the spot that they're, they're made for. Okay, let's do a couple, just see how it goes. So the second one was good. Everything else was out of time. first, second, and fourth one were fine. 3E and a. Let's just do. This will be a practice round. 1 and 2 and 3E and a 4E. 1 and 2 and. So that's also the benefit of doing it in a loop like this. You're like, oh, okay. Well, I keep on hearing that I'm missing one. I'm rushing. I get to one before the metronome does, which is a sign that you're not doing things correctly. You would like to be in the same spot that the metronome is in. So, just pull that rhythm back. And the 4 and. So those are all a little flammish, but on the 4, I think everything else is good. No, that one might have been fine. The reality is, if you don't resolve it now, it's going to just show itself at 70 and 90 and 110 if we go that fast, which we probably won't. So it's better off to be consistent on it now. And if we have to use a little flex time, we can use a little flex time. Let's listen to that one. I think everything was pretty good except for the 4th measure, if I had to guess. So a little flam, but not bad. Honestly, not too bad. Let's take the metronome out and just see how it feels like that. We might just call that one good. So this would be called what I call the groove check or the groove test. Like, can I bop to it and get a sense of timing without this huge drag? If you can start to hear that without the metronome in there, that's going to really kind of like change your playing. You're going to be like, oh man, I understand what the metronome's doing. It's trying to keep that groove. And I can fluctuate a little bit in time. It's just huge drops one way or the other you just don't want. So let's see if we have that flex in our timing. So far, so good. So even though there were a couple little flams with the metronome in there, on that 4 is really where I notice it. And maybe on the 1 as well, coming back to it. Overall, it's good enough. It kind of gets me warmed up for these faster tempos as well, so it kind of serves its purpose. All right, this time let's see if I can focus and do the right exercise per time. All right, so exercise number 1, we're back to. And you kind of hope after a warm-up like that, we progressively these get easier even though the tempo's going higher. So this is 70. If the metronome's on, it's 70, and let's mute this track. 3, 1 and 2 and 3. So let's just get that timing. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. I think we just track. I think we have everything that we need. Good. The second measure could use a little love. Just to make sure we're not crazy, let's do a listen back. Felt good. Second one felt really good. Heard me speed up just a little bit there. Little things like that, I'm going to forgive myself. And one of my desires in my own band, and I've been processing this the last couple of weeks, is like, get to the place where your tracking's really tight, but then you don't worry about playing perfectly to a click. Let it have an ebb and flow to it. We've kind of like killed the emotion of music in the last couple of years. Well, last like 20 years probably. Okay. Exercise number 2. We got 3E and 4. Really watching that we're not rushing those 16th notes. All right, we're just going to jump right in. 3. Give that a B minus. Drop my stick. 3 and 4. 1, 2. Oh, that's a good one. So I got a bunch of, I like these ahead drumsticks quite a bit, but most of mine are starting to crack. Okay, we had one good one and then I got distracted. Felt all those were pretty decent. Trying to hear that ba-da-da-da-da while I was clicking, and it made me want to launch into the beat and not into the click, which is what I should have done. So these are not getting better right now. I've only done like 3 or 4, so I gotta give myself a little bit of a break, or a little grace. Just trying to really hear that 1, 2. One, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2. Be like a singer not holding their note out at the end, right? You give up early on the phrase. It's kind of what my brain's doing on the counting. So just probably have to like stay engaged the entire time. Those all felt better. Let's see if I can get a little tighter. All right, chances are I can live with all of those. Let's just listen back, make sure that it's not complete garbage. Let's listen back. 1, 2. Good on that one. A little bit of a flam, but not bad. That might have either been bad or the best. Which is also like, some of this listening back for me is some of the best feedback that I can get. Like I can instantly hear like, hey, man, what I'm perceiving in my ears is not actually correct. Like that was good or that was bad. And just being quicker at like noticing the differences. It's like an eye doctor test. A or B? A or B? All right, let's just go to number 3. I feel like, let's be picky. Let's do one more. Then we know for sure. Like that one was probably decent enough and we could always quantize, but let's try to get some locked in. Okay, well, glad we did. That one already felt way better. So the same thing about not quitting on the end of a phrase is very true when we add this the E, which is, I guess it's a dotted 8th note. The E and of 4. Let's make sure that we have. Shut that off a minute. Couldn't tell. Oh my gosh, come on. My big screen obviously needs to get bigger. There we go. Okay. So just not quitting on those 16th notes. This is exercise number 3. We're going 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2. Not rushing those 16th notes, and then make sure that E and I reflect all of that in the time. Just jump in and do a couple and see where we're at. I think my biggest issue felt like all my snares for the most part were in time. The E and is just getting back into 1, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2. Just gotta really think about that. 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2. Three and a 4 E and a 1, 2. Better. Little rough on the ones. Three E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2. Just got to keep that counting in my head going. 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2. All right. We're going to see if that not the last one, the second before last one was good enough. Because it's like doing one of those things where it's not getting that much better every time. Or if it's getting worse. Let's hear that again. 2. So really shifted. So just lack of consistency. Let's see if we got one here. That one sounded good. That's probably good enough, but I'm going to be picky and just do another one because I'm here and it's something I need to resolve in my own playing. And sometimes, you know, you listen back once or twice and you're like, oh, okay. And then you can consistently pull that down and make that shift. Sometimes it just doesn't get better. And that's kind of where I was feeling like after 3 or 4, I'm like, I'm not counting this any better. I'm not thinking about this anymore. So, and usually, yeah, okay, I'm going to quit rambling. Let's do a couple more of exercise 3. Felt good except for the first one. All right. We're going to call that good. So, and then beat at 70. Or drum fill at 70. Depends how you want to see it. Full speed is 110. I got 90 marked for after this, which I feel like is good. Like, you don't necessarily need to practice the song at full speed. In an exercise format, you know, you can do that on your own. This will kind of give enough of an idea. But, you know, maybe I'll do it more. All right, full beat. So we got... So a lot of that is just me not rushing those 16th notes. And if I don't rush them, we're in good shape. 3 and a 4. Some good, some bad. Let's do one more, and then we'll listen back to those two. So what I don't feel like I'm doing a good job of at 70 is hearing that 16th note at the end. So that first one didn't sound bad right there. So this is the last one we just did, first measure. Let's just do a click in. Maybe the 1 was off though. Oh, I wasn't on that. Better, but not. So by far the last one was the best. Beat our measure 4. Still not great though. Sounded pretty good. Not on, but just sloppy on that metronome. Let's try to get something a little bit closer than any of those were. Just really, really, really watching that. Or no, it's 4. 4 with my left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 E and a 1, 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3 E. Yeah, let's do one. Just keep it recording, but we'll do one where we just kind of click through and hear that transition between the 8th notes and the 16th. 4 and 1 and 2 and. One and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And a 4 and. I think the second measure was pretty tight. Don't think anything else was. By far the best. We'll do one more. Was totally trying to hear those 16th notes, and then as soon as I started, my brain went brah. Do a couple more. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some good and bad in that one. Let's listen back. There was some sloppiness for sure. Just trying to play around with my internal timing, like my understanding of my timing, and trying to just move where that 16th note has to be in my brain and see if it can like sound like it's in time. That'd be the ideal situation. I think there's 1 or 2 in there that were good. Could live with that one. Live with that one. Then it got worse. Ooh, those last 2 are terrible. This is the one before that. Again, it all might be good enough to flex time. So very flammy on all those mics. All those mics. I hit the mic once. We're going to move on, though. We're going to go up to the faster, the 90 BPM, and just see if we can resolve some of this. And might be a quick fix tomorrow. Might be just a quantized fix, or yeah, we'll find out. Don't think I'll have time to, like, when I say time, I'm not doing anything else tonight, but like mental energy of like, all right, we're at 45 minutes. Do I really want to rock this out at 90 and then go back to 70? Debatable. If I'm feeling the groove, I might. But right now it's more like, let's just see if we can do these and get them close. And tomorrow can just be a wrap up. Okay. Number 1. Let's jump right in. Cool. Well, I can't say easy peasy when you're 45 minutes in, but exercise number 2. And again, these 16th notes are going to start sounding more like crap as we get these faster tempos because I need to work on this. So it's going to show more and more of my error. I say this whenever I give a long speech like this, I always end up doing the opposite of it. So let's just play. We'll see. The 16th notes are weak. We'll fix them tomorrow. They'll be better tomorrow, hopefully. All right, so let's just hear the tempo. 3, 1, 2, 3, and a 4. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. I thought those were all sounding really good, so that's the opposite of. It's good that they sounded good, but I expect them to sound bad. The last one might have been late, but everything else sounded good. Let's just hear that. A little late on the 3s. The last one is actually really good. Let's just listen to this one before it. So most likely I'll use that one. Sounded pretty good. 16th note sounded tight. Sometimes the 3 was a little early. So same as before. It's just not finishing early on the crash. 1, 2, 3. Let me mute that so I don't hear my own drum set back. Or hear it more than I used to hearing it. Nah, already I'm screwing that up. 1, 2, 3. Let's hear that tempo. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and 1. 3 E and a 3 E and a. Oh, it'd be 3 and a 4. 2, 3E and a 4. Oh, I'm mixing this up. All right. I'm going to quit messing around with what I'm doing because I'm screwing my own brain up. Let's just track a couple, see what's up. Chances are we're going to redo number 3 and number 3 in the beat tomorrow at 90, and then maybe we'll do 100 too. I forgot the fucking exercise. That is what happens. 3 and a 4E. 3E and a 4E. There we go. It's getting that last... So, you know, I mean, I put myself below average via the drum skill. Maybe via the whole musicianship, which I'm fine with for now. It's the fact that right hand is starting on that E. That's what gets my brain. Like, my brain's like, no, you can't do that. You can't end with a 4 and then another E. It doesn't want to do that. So as you compress time, as we get to faster and faster tempos, it's just obviously harder for my brain to get wrapped around it. So it's just more practice. I dislike it when Logic does that. That one was okay, but we'll just delete it and do one that's all the way through. Less editing. It's average. Ask myself, am I even on exercise number 3? Exercise 2, exercise 1. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's jump back into that. That one might have been halfway decent. Yeah, let's listen. But anytime that I know that I'm like, man, was that good? Usually means it was not. It was not good. Not terrible. Let's take that click out of there. It felt good for the most part. Obviously, you could hear me just missing where 1 is, but it might have a good flow altogether. So, on that second measure, you just hear me rush completely. It didn't have a terrible flow, but not good enough for what we want. Listen to that one. It had less speed ups and slowdowns. Definitely sloppy. That first one after the drum fill though, I nailed 1, which shouldn't be impressive, but I was happy about that. I think we can make that one work. All right, then the full beat at 90. So in some ways, I actually might be done. We'll find out. We'll find out. Little quick stretch. Little word from our sponsor. Become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com. It helps me have more time to do videos like this and help you guys out. I try to do these for my students as well. Right now, focusing on drums that are like, I don't know, A-level or level 1 songs, more simplistic songs that might have 1 or 2 hard parts in it. Another One Bites the Dust is really great because most of the song is... So quite often I get students to play the song first, if not second. Second usually. It's also nice when songs are very redundant. You have the same thing going a lot of the song. Gives them time to focus on other things. So just trying to make some videos that complement that all, and yeah, become a member at our website. Helps us do more content like this. All right, so the full beat at 90. Probably want to mention them in there. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I get an idea into my head and I have to do it every time. I felt like that was okay, but then I went back into clicking. Need to play the idea 4 times in a row. So something that I need to continue to work on, which I love that these videos really push me to play that idea 4 times in a row. 4 times in a row. You don't get a chance to recover. Rush those 16th notes. If you're playing this song in a gig, let's say this a different way. If you're playing this song for the first time in a gig, it's a great thing to do. Just get this idea, this feel. Chances are nothing else in the song is really that hard for you. Let's hear 90 again. 2 and 3 and a 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and... Just getting that idea down. All right. And 2 and 3 and a 4 and... So I'm going to tell you right away, I'm just trying to suss it out. I need to practice my own exercises more because, again, it's knowing and owning that 16th note on that last snare, I guess, on 4. That's hard for me, and, you know, being consistent on that. that first one didn't sound terrible. I got to really concentrate when I listen back to these because it's, you know, that flam on 4 is easy for me to miss. I'm trying to listen to two things. That 4 snare, did I get it or did I flam it? And then did I land on 1 well? That first one, I do not think I hit 1 well. And it's, so actually on that one, it sounds more like I just flammed hard on that snare. Then got out of time. So I don't think any of those were usable. Let's listen to the one take before. Didn't click in time. So not the best on any of those. We're going to do a couple more. I feel like we could probably make one of those work, but let's try to get a little tighter. Just getting into those 16th notes and not losing count. Sometimes I'm not counting, sometimes I'm feeling. Usually if I count out loud, I'm going to get it a little bit tighter. Yeah, like those, I'm just guessing. That's not good. 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and... There's one in there that was good. Let's do one more. So in the last two, there's some good things that are happening in my brain. The synapses are firing. I'm hearing that 4 and a 1, 4. I'm just not being consistent. Let's listen to the last two. Might be something usable in there. I think that sounded good. Little flammy. That was a good one. So you would hope for more than 50% though being good. Partly because, you know, like I just want to continue to improve. And so, you know, at an hour in on this though, it might be like, shit, let's just do a part 3 tomorrow and clean this up. And as much as I don't like doing it, just go to 70. Do 70, 90, and then do 100 or even 110. I guess let's go to like, I don't know, 110 makes, 100 makes more sense. Let's listen to that one again. So again, the first two measures were good, and then I just get off, and then I don't recover from that offedness. So I say we save this. I say we just do a part 3 tomorrow. It'll be a little bit of a recap because I'm going to want to warm up tomorrow in 70, play the 90s, make the 90s tighter, and then just if we're going to do it again tomorrow, we'll just do 100 as well. Sweet. Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. Become a member at musicbythemessurespro.com. We appreciate your guys' support, and we'll talk to you all soon.